So, hello and welcome to the first round of today's stream. The plan and goal of the stream is to make 8 of them. Each round will consist approximately 5 minutes typing, 30 minutes of learning something. The typing practice I do here on a Typing.io, and we can also have a look on my stats. So the all-time average is below 7%. For the past 7 days, it is 4.42, and last 3 days I am averaging around 5% of error rate. The words per minute seems like there is a increasing tendency. It went down for the past 3 days, but that is okay. It changes all the time. So the main thing is to keep the error rate down anyways. That's the focus, that's the name of the game. This is my personal best. No typos, 33 words per minute. Yeah, so basically if I would be like doing like below the all-time average, I think we will be good. We will be in good shape. So yeah, just get into it. Just get into it. Why is it so hard to start every single time? Let's go. Hey, Blue. Yeah, that's the goal, and also the rounds are now 35 minutes. So we'll see if I will be able to make it. How are you today, Blue? Oh, come on. I see. Starving. Hello, Azulmet. Welcome to the channel. I haven't seen you around here. Nice to see you. Thank you for saying hi. So many typos. Cast module. Well, this is a Ruby, but it is just a page where I train typing. Okay, what is the result? It is a typing.io page which you can visit, which trains you in typing. Okay, so the first typing exercise today is with a 8% error rate and 30 BPM. So I will log it into my application. So 8 and 30. And we are above our all-time average. But it usually gets better with each another try. So we still have a 1 minute on the clock, so we will do some monkey type. 46.98. Okay, let's do another one. $45.93. Okay, cool. So that concludes our typing session, and we can proceed to. Why do you shift sometimes? I don't know. And we can proceed to the Angular learning. We have found a tutorial in here which we follow. Go a little bit back and just try it. Finish.
And then email. So this is one way, and this
currently I'm following a tutorial, and after that I will build some like tasting notes, tea diary, maybe logging my programming workout, something like that. I'm learning. I'm going through tutorials. I built few applications. One of them being this command line tool which tracks my progress. Another one is the stopwatch or the timer application. Yeah, that's about it so far.
Transform to an SQL such as.
Also, when I saw that page, we still have like new 2 new redeems which you can use. It is the change of the background. Maybe I disabled the LED today. No, it's there. Okay, good. And so the IDE, you can change the picture and in the back of my IDE. And the brutal LED of No Mercy, well, you will find out only when you read the point. So let's go back to the tutorial.
Select and then star. And then
so we have this guy, right, which is equal to this thing, and we have the interface which implements the JPA repository. And if we put in a method, we put in visual in a word. Yeah, if we put in the method, it will generate the SQL for us, the SQL queries. So this guy on this this line is equivalent to the select from student where email is equal to like what we put in. And now he will show us that we can do it differently.
And this here will transform to an
suppose.
SQL such as select and then star from and then student where email equals.
Then I will pull the audio down a little bit. Okay, what about
to
now?
whatever we pass. So this is one way of doing things.
Maybe
or
now.
we can
Okay.
annotate this with at and then query in here, and this we can say select and then s, so lowercase s, so this is an alias, from and then student and then s where and then s dot email equals to question mark and then 1. So I'm actually going to leave this in here because you know what is happening with this name.
Okay, so what is it? We have a select. S. I don't get what the S is doing in there. You said it is an alias, right?
We can say select and then s, so lowercase s, so this is an alias, from and then student and then s where and then s dot email equals to question mark and then 1.
Okay. That was in, yeah, the string. Select. That's from student. Okay. It doesn't like it. Capital S. Okay. So we do capital S.
So I'm actually going to leave this in here because you know what is happening with this name. So again, I can comment this, or I can be actually more specific and say that this is the query that I'm actually running. And bear in mind that this is JPQL and not straight SQL. And this
JBQL. What the hell is JBQL? JBQL. It doesn't look like. That's not it.
be more specific and say that this is the query that I'm actually running. And bear in mind that this is JPQL and not straight SQL. And this student right here, this one is our class, our student class. So this name here. So when we said at entity and then student, so this is this, and then we can access all of the properties, so email, age, so on and so forth. So now let's go back to the service class, and in here we can do the following. We can say repository, so our student repository dot and then find by email, and then student dot get email. And again, we can
so in service, oh come on, not that, this, and that will be over here, and that will be our student repository dot find student by email, student get email. Here we go.
do lots of validations here, but I'm going to keep it super simple. And in here, I'm going to say we're going to try and find a student by that given email, right? So student by email.
Hold on, what did you do?
A student.
He's just doing shit, doesn't say.
Email. We're going to try and find.
Okay, so we will extract it to a variable. It's optional, and what do we call it?
A student by that given email.
Okay.
Right? So student by email, and let me put this on a new line, just like that. And now I can say if student by email dot and then is and then present. So if this is the case, I want to throw. So for now, let's just say throw new and then illegal state exception.
No, you have an error.
And I'm going to say email taken, for example, right? So obviously,
okay, I see.
Exceptions.
You don't have
your custom exceptions.
Problem. Should return in 20 minutes, but wanted to check in. Chat more later. Yeah, sure. So see you later, Blue. Is present. We new illegal state exception. Yeah, is taken.
But this will be the trick. And let me also rename this to and then student and then optional. There we go.
Okay, so I will do the same just to be consistent.
If the student is not present, we want to save our student. And again, you can check whether the email is valid or not. You can do, much more complex validation than this, but I'm just keeping things simple. So here now I'm going to say repository, so student repository dot and then save, and then we want to save the student. Just like that, and there we go. So to be honest, this is everything. You can see that we've added a new method into our repository and we have some business logic going on. Next, let's go ahead and test this and see it working. Next, let's go ahead and test this. So let me stop the server. Oh, actually, in here. So this is the server and it's not running.
So stop or rerun it. You did run it again. Okay, so we will rerun the server. Cool. No, that's not what I wanted. But that's okay. Kill that. And I want run the demo application. Stop and rerun. Here we go, so that works. Here, if we reload it, we got the things. That is nice. So what else
up
do
and
we do?
running. Now let me go back to this request in here that we had before, and what I'm gonna do is run this request, so this one to student and then with the same payload, and then run.
Okay, so I'll try to do that. This guy. 200, okay, so that works. So that means we should have now 3, and we do. Okay.
You can see that this post right here was a 200 status code, and in here let's go ahead and try and fetch all the students. You can see that we have Bilal, so this is now in our database, and ID 3 in here, so this is working. So if I try and send the exact same request, so I'm going to send the exact same request, you can see that we do get a status code 500 in here, and the message is empty. So let's fix this message here. So
Message is empty, you say, huh? I don't even have the message field. So where did we? Oh, hold on. That's like in the generated request, and that's the response in the IntelliJ. I guess. Here. That was the bad requests. Bad here. Response body is empty. Clear. Oh, we run this and okay, good. So status 500. Internal server error. What? Did I broke my application now? Maybe it will say that it has been taken. Hey, crisps. I'm okay. My head hurts a little bit, but I'm sure it will go away. How are you? How are you? I just started. Today, my goal is to do 8 rounds of, like everything. So we'll see how it goes. What am I doing? Oh, did you? Did you manage to solve it in the end? I hate it when you, yeah, when you bang your head against the wall for so long. I wanted to see, so that will be probably in the run. Error. Request filed. Yes, email is taken. So good. So it works. It works. Just need to step away from the problem for a while. Yeah, and I have exactly that problem. I don't know where is the right time to step away. That's my problem. That's something which I haven't learned yet.
To get the message
My last work, that's all I did. I was spinning my wheels when I shouldn't, like, you know. Oh well.
from our exception that we just
Oh, what? Oh, 500. Yeah, because
we open up the application.properties, and in here at the bottom,
Stillborn is a blessing as course. Yeah, like I think like every uh holy shit. I'm missing English words. Every trait or every characteristic has two sides, right? Like it is trait, yeah. Every trait has, thank you. Every trait has like it's not like all positive like in one way, right? It's always like it's always like have like some it has some effect, you know. It's positive for something and negative for something, and that also goes with the programming, right? Using a framework has a positive and negative, you know. Doing TDD has a positive and negative, you know, like everything has. It's not only positive ever, never.
let's go ahead and say server and then dot error.
TDD is test-driven development, and that means basically you should write a test which will test your code which you are yet about to write, and then you kind of like writing your application and trying to fulfill those tests. It is a if you Google it, there's a ton and ton and ton of articles
And we
about it.
have include message. So
No, it's different things. It's you would use unit tests and no. So it would be like for example in here. Do we have the tests generated? Yes, we do. Okay, so here and there's some test, and that is something which you would run, you know, like, and here will be like I don't know, so code which will like you know, like test if the context loads, you know, like then there would be like test void does the shit I just did work, you know, and then you would create tests like that. It is a Java. Oh, so new to coding like this. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Feel free to ask questions, you know, and so on. So yeah, like, you know, like you're talking to beginner. I'm professional into in a being beginner, so no worries. Yeah, sure. I don't promise to answer everything, but keep them coming. So what? Yeah, go to back to the tutorial.
so this guy right here.
Oh, what is this?
Let's say always.
So that is the application basic question. Okay, here we go. Application properties. Here we go. And he added server error include message. Server.error includes message always.
So restart the server. There we go. So if I send the request again, so here.
Okay, so we go here. I will restart the server. the server is running. So now I will run the request again, and we got 200 OK because we did run it for the first time, right? Well, I will do it once again. So I restarted the server. So now the state of our application is that the fuck? Oh yeah, I saved it to the database, right? Okay, so if we have a look what is in the student table, how do I list it? Oh yeah, I know. Select from students, so we have those two. But let's say we will I can do delete from was it capital? No, student where ID equals 3. Okay, now oh fuck, I forgot the semicolon. I always forgot the semicolon here. Okay, so we do this, delete one, okay, select, here we go, so that works. For landing a basic developer job like web developer, for example, what basic foundations do I need programming wise, and how much experience would I need to be sufficient? Maybe the level of experience could be correlated to a website like Code Wars that based their experience on Q levels. It's a big problem solver. Okay, so no one will ask you about your score in Code Wars. They will not. Depends, like depends where you are coming from. If you are coming from university with formal education, getting the first job is much easier. And basically you just go for it, and nowadays you just get the job. Based on your question, that's not your situation. So what you want to do is to like kind of show, have something to show to the company that you are able to do the stuff which they are doing. So building an applications would be that, or the web pages, you know, like yes, projects. Depends on the job. More extensive than others. Oh yeah, and Cool Scripts is right. There's like contracting things which you can do as well. You can pick a job online. Exactly. If you're looking for in-house development, then you would go through the process which I was thinking immediately about. Some SQL and perhaps a bit of PHP backend development. I would say like knowing a SQL might be like the next step. It is true, I think, that you will get there, you know, like doing something, but in some cases you are able to land job just with the JavaScript, HTML and CSS. In my opinion, a lot of employers looking to see if you are able to learn quickly more than yeah, that's true. Seeing how popular it is. Well, PHP, it always surprises me. It's a really old technology. It always surprises me how it is still like popular. What you should do is to go and search for some job posting. No, it doesn't. No one gives a shit about it. You are going into the direction of a front end, right? There is no certification which would like have any kind of credibility in a front end. No one gives a shit about that. In the back end, it's a little bit different. They give a little bit bigger shit, but they are still not. Well, yeah, it is even like at the back end, it is more looked at, but still, like almost nobody cares at all, at all. You want to work, second step, check their stack type, step 3, get them into step 4. Oh yes, well listen to this. What Invisible is saying. That is very good advice. That is very good advice. Unemployed and trying to. Yeah, I'm unemployed too right now, so welcome to the club. Don't say much unless something like I don't know what it is even. JavaScript is great because everyone needs and wants the JavaScript developers. That's why it is great to learn. That's why it's great. Well, some people say that the JS stands for job security. Because, like you can have a backend in Java, C Sharp, Ruby, JavaScript, Rust, Go, like whatever. But the front end, like everywhere, like virtually everywhere, it is in JavaScript. Yeah, that's true. But if he's like preparing for a bootcamp, I think the hardest, well, what I have heard, I don't know, from my experience, I went through the university. The hardest thing is to get your foot in the door. Also, well, I finished this round, kinda.